What's going on, guys? Chad Christopher here. Welcome back to another video. So this is going to be just, I don't know, like I do have projects, but more or less it's just a sort of a quarantine project update. Let you know what's going on with the channel, if you will. I mean, I hope you guys are all staying safe, staying healthy. I haven't really been coming into the shop too much, just because I have to make a run to Lowe's or Home Depot or something, and then I don't know, I feel a little weird leaving my house during the whole lockdown and everything. So, but I have been in here a couple times. We've got a couple projects done. I'm gonna flip you around and check out some of this stuff. Okay, so first we did a little bit of cleanup. If you remember, I had all my scraps just kind of lying over here on the ground. I actually made a little shelving unit to hold a lot of these scraps. So all I did was just take some like 2x4s and cut them at a 45-degree angle. And then I made these triangles out of some spare plywood I had lying around. I glued 3 of them together, and then I just, cut the opposite 45 for sort of a French cleat look. And yeah, that's what's holding these things up. But I thought that turned out kind of cool. A pretty simple, easy way to organize the shop just a little bit. And then we've got some boxes for smaller scraps, things like that. Over here is all the remnants. What I think I'm gonna do is just cut those down and make a firewood bin out of that or something for the summer. So over here, we have a bench that we just finished up for a client. It's not glued up or anything yet, but yeah, that came out really nice and simple, just like the other farmhouse stool we did. And then the little bit bigger project I'm working on right now is just like a stand for, I don't know, an office stand, you know what I mean? Put printers and supplies and stuff on. So here's the top, just glued together a couple 2x6s, planed it out, pocket holes, routed the edges, sanded it all down. And then I have the same thing here with just 1x rather than 2x. That'll be the top. This will just be a shelf. And then here's gonna be the legs. So legs right there, imagine a shelf maybe about that high. And then the other one right up on top there. She wants this thing all painted black and then distressed a little bit. So that should be pretty simple. A couple other things going on. One big project in the works that I'm not gonna tell you about just yet, but that one's gonna be really cool. Something else I haven't told you about yet is that I'm finishing my basement, and I'm making a video series on that called just, Road to Finishing a Basement. A little bit vloggy, but mainly just the steps that I'm taking to do that. Yeah, I think that'll be kind of fun. It's sort of my quarantine project, if you will. Although I have so many quarantine projects stacking up, I need to get to this, but I don't know, I feel weird leaving my house. Have you guys been leaving your house? Let me know if you've been still doing stuff, if you're still working. I canceled all my shoots for my day job, I do film, so I canceled all of those shoots. So really, I've just been kind of playing stay-at-home dad for the most part. Like I said, I've made it in here a couple times. I debated if I should just bring all my saws to my house and, kind of set up a temporary shop there, but I don't know, it just seemed like more work than it was worth. So this needs to be 18 inches. Forgot my eye pro on that one. This needs to be 33 inches long, which is longer than my table saw. I got this really cool straight edge though. So on the underside of this, I might do a review on this came with a Bora Centipede work table. It's a really cool little straight edge. You just slide this to where you want, lock this down, and it gives you a nice straight edge for your circular saw, or whatever saw you're using. Line up your 2 marks, lock it down. Yeah, I've been watching a lot of TV, playing a lot of video games to pass the time. What have you guys been doing? I've been watching Car Masters. Season 2 just came out of, I think it's Rust to Riches, that Gotham Garage show. That's been like really, really good. Really definitely recommend that show. Playing a lot of video games, as I said, still streaming over on Twitch if you guys want to hang out. I'm, you know, the new Call of Duty Warzone came out, so I've been playing that a bunch. If you want to hang out sort of one-on-one and get to chat with me, that's a great way to do it. I stream 3 or 4 nights a week. I'm also playing through BioShock Infinite, so I know it's kind of nerd talk, but yeah, I have another channel with video games if you guys want to check that out. That's the links down in the description below. And then yeah, man, just the normal stuff. Hanging out with the kid, the wife. What have you guys been doing to pass the time? Any recommendations on good shows or anything I need to check out? Alright, so just giving you a little update on this printer stand project. So as you can see here, I took the legs. First of all, I kind of rounded the edges of all these legs on the outside. The part that'll be showing the most, you know, so no sharp corners on the outside. And then I just took some 1x2s here. I put screws and glues on them. Screws and glues. And then the idea is that I'm just gonna set this guy on top of these here. I mean, that's what's gonna hold it. I'll probably glue and then, you know, put a couple screws in just right there. So it's just gonna be a really simple little shelf. We're gonna throw this guy up on top, and then I'm gonna throw, oh my, I'm gonna cut a couple more of these here and just make some like decorative X's right here to, you know, help hold whatever's on this shelf from flying off or whatever. So, but yeah, so far everything's looking really, really nice. I got the edge here all routed out as well, kind of just a nice little quarter round over. But like I said, she wants it black, so I don't know when to paint, like when it's gonna be the least pain to paint. I'm finding that painting and staining is really like the most time consuming kind of pain in the ass part. Alright, so we're making some really good progress on this thing actually. You can kind of see it right here behind me. So we've got this shelf all mounted up here. I put the top supports as well. And then I've also mounted these little side guys to, like I said, if you put something here, you know, hopefully it gives you enough clearance there that it's not gonna slide off. Now I'm gonna throw this bad boy up on top and see how we're looking. I'm hoping that's really it before we start painting, but I gotta throw this up on top here and see if it's gonna, you know, work the way that we have in mind. So I think it's turning out really nice. It is, however, because we don't have any supports going the long way, you can see it's got a little bit of flex going side to side, and I'm not a fan of that. Okay, so I just wanted to show you what I did to shore up the side to side. I threw a 2x2 right here, and then a 2x2 underneath there as well. And now we certainly don't get any movement laterally. But man, I feel pretty good about this build now. I think it's really coming along. Now we just gotta paint it, finish it up, get that top screwed on. This feels pretty good. So I guess I'm gonna call it a night here for now. I think probably I'll pick this up back at home. All right, y'all, it is the following day. We're heading back to the studio. I'm gonna go get that table and put a coat of paint on it, and I'm gonna hopefully load it up and bring it home so I can put the next couple coats on here. Because the studio, it's like a 45-minute round trip there just for a coat of paint, you know what I mean? So I'll see you there. We made it. So here's my idea. I think I'm just gonna flip this base upside down. I'm gonna put some screws in from the bottom through here. And then I'm also gonna put a screw in on the top of each of these posts. And I'm gonna countersink that hole so that the screw sits nice and flush and level. And then we're gonna put the first coat of paint on. And then I'm gonna load this thing up into the truck. We're gonna take this thing home and we're gonna get the heck up on out of the studio. This is not gonna be a late studio night. Okay, so I'd be lying if I said that I've countersunk holes before, but I got a new countersink bit, as you can see right here. We're gonna try it out. So the idea is that it creates sort of like a slanted, like a larger hole up top, right? So the screw head like doesn't have to dig into the wood. It fits just nice and flush and level and clean. I've never done this before, but we're gonna try it out. I think that looks good. So that's what that ended up looking like, as opposed to just a normal pilot hole there. So you can see it leaves room for the screw head. And let's get all these in, and hopefully these line up well. Yeah, so you can see it just gives kind of a really nice clean finish. If you're gonna show fasteners, I think the least you can do is make them blend in really well and sit flush. Okay, so against my better judgment, I was just gonna keep it like this, but the sample picture she sent over looks like this, and so it has X's, right? It has an X right here. So I decided to just measure it out and see, so I think I found pretty close to what I need. I'm just gonna cut 4 of these out, glue them in place. I'm really upset because I wanted this to be a quick screw together, paint and leave, but I don't know. There's something bothering me about it, so we're throwing the X on there. All right, guys, we just finished this build up, and really, I'm stoked on the way this thing came out. So I think the black actually looks really nice. I like the way that it's distressed a little bit. It's still kind of got that farmhouse feel. I also ended up adding those X's in, as you know, and I really think they helped out, man. Both in terms of obviously just aesthetic, I think they add a lot, but also in terms of functionality. You know, now you're not as worried about things sliding off the sides and stuff like that. So overall, man, I honestly couldn't be happier with the way this build turned out. I'm stoked on it. This is just set up in my house right now. I'm gonna take it over to my clients, the person that ordered this. We're, you know, obviously pretty deep in the quarantine life right now, so I'm just gonna leave this on her porch. I asked her to send me a video just on her cell phone or something of it set up in her house so that we can see it, you know, how it was intended to be used. So hopefully you'll see that right here.
Hey, I have to share this beautiful printer stand our awesome neighbor Chad built for us. He did an amazing job. We absolutely love it. So we sent him some pictures of what we wanted and measurements. We had him do black since we have a lot of white in our office. Had him add some distressing to the edges just so it looked more rustic and farmhouse. But now that we are homeschooling our 3 kids because of COVID-19 and no school, we needed to upgrade our printer. So now we have a nice new printer and a beautiful stand, so it's not just sitting on the floor. So we love it, Chad. Thank you so much. You're the best.
Man, that thing turned out awesome. I hope that she loves it. I hope that it does everything that she wants it to and lasts her forever. And it was a blast building, and just big thank you to trusting me on this build. So if you guys have any ideas, if you want to see some certain builds on this channel, if you want to custom commission a build, shoot me an email down in the video description below, and I would love to work together. So anyways, that's all I've got for you guys today. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stay healthy, stay safe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. For Chad Christopher, peace out.